Welcome or welcome back. My name is Savannah and I appreciate you stopping by. So I wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to do this end of year video recap, whatnot that you want to. I know YouTube's probably going to be starting to get full of these everything I've knit in 2024, plans for 2025 videos, and all that extra stuff. And yes, I've been planning to do something around those lines for a while. It's just when I sat down to get ready, the thought of pulling out or trying to find everything or pulling out everything that I knit in 2024, it just doesn't sound appealing. So what I'm going to do is probably just do a quick recap. I'm not going to show you everything. I'm not even going to edit. I don't think I want to edit in all this stuff because I knit 32 items, knit/crocheted 32 things this year. My goal, according to Ravelry, for 2024 was to make 25 things, and I did 32, which is pretty good. But again, when I was looking through everything that I have made for this year, all of this stuff is dispersed everywhere and I don't want to go find it. So, and I know not everybody likes to see, you know, I mean, I don't mind it. Sometimes I get bored of those videos. Like I'll start them and then I'll be like, yeah, I'm okay. I don't need to finish. But I did knit 32 items. What I should have done is broken it up. Let me see if I can do that real quick. And this is crochet as well, knit and crocheted. Organize? I wish I could. Index? I wish this was broken up by year. Yep, nope, I'm gonna have to go through. All right, so I'm gonna take a pause real quick. And I'll come back with the information. Okay, quickly went through that. So it looks like in 2024, I made 7 sweaters, 6 cardigans, 4 hats, and 1 bow, like hair accessory, 3 pairs of socks, 2 mitts, like fingerless mitts, and 3 shawls, or at least neck pieces. And then for crochet, a total of 5 items, and that is 3 stuffies, 1 sweater, and some face scrubbies. So yeah, 32 items. Out of everything that I made, I do have one thing that my most worn thing out of 2024. I didn't realize I made it finished it this year because of how much I've been wearing it, but it is the Storm Sweater by Petite Knit. I made that using Lion Brand's Fisherman's Wool in the oatmeal colorway, and I wear that thing almost daily. That is as soon as I get up in the morning, throw that on to keep warm, or just if I'm going to sit in pajamas all day, I will put that on. That is my most worn outfit. Absolutely love it. Oh, excuse me. My second most worn, or my most worn cardigan, I think, is this one. This is the Daily Stripes cardigan. It's by Kuta Vakika. It's in her new book, Knits to Wear. I test knit this for her, so I wear this one quite often. And then I do also wear, I don't think as much, but definitely quite a bit, is the Eva cardigan by Petite Knit. I knit that using Hillesvåg Tinda. It's in a red color. This is Drops Kids Silk and Drops Lima. Yeah, those are really good yarns, all of them. I think what I would prefer to talk about the most, though, in this video is my stash and budget for 2024. Oh, I did not update. I have not updated that. I might have to pause again in a little bit. But I can tell you, so at the end of every year, I like to count my stash, and you know, see how much I have like unit wise. I don't count minis unless it's part of a set, but then it's just, that's what set is one. Cones, which you can't see, I count as one, even though it's 500 grams. It's still 1 unit of yarn. In previous years, I haven't counted undyed yarn. I definitely don't count scraps or anything like that, like stuff that you don't finish. I don't recount that because that was counted in the past, but still I don't recount it even though the project's finished. It's just something I don't want to deal with. So last year I did a big old count and I had about 240 units of yarn. And so I based off my counting from there. And according to my tracking, which I try my best to track on like spreadsheets and stuff like that. Here, I'll turn and see if you can see. Big old spreadsheet. I like my Christmas gift. Okay. So according to this, it looks like I used 108 of those units, but then I also brought in 180 units this past year. And I only sold or donated 6 units throughout the whole year. So it's a pretty big difference. It says, you know, a difference of 66. It says a difference of 66. I don't understand it exactly what I did with my formulas or anything like that. I'm hoping next year I will have a better system. But yes, and I have it broken down by how much per month. Obviously, so it looks like July, I used the most yarn, 17 different units. Let's see, July, which is, oh, that was for this. Because of this, I used 16 skeins for this plus 1 extra skein for the Tolsta tee. When I said sweaters, I also included t-shirts. I made like 3 t-shirts this past year. I don't wear them, so I don't think I'm going to be knitting t-shirts anymore. Anyway, so yeah, and then, oh no, I was going to say July is the same for the most amount added into my stash, but no, November beat that at 33 skeins of yarn were brought in November. And that was because I was getting prepared for a goal that I have for 2025, which I will talk about as well in a little bit, but 33 skeins. But it is what it is. I just wanted to let you know. I started 2024 with 240 skeins. I used 108, but then I also brought in 180. So my goal for 2025 is to not buy any yarn. I do have one exception, but I'm hoping that, I think I've planned out everything where I won't need to, but the one exception is if I do have yarn in stash and I'm going to knit the thing and then I am short. You know, like I need an extra skein to finish the project. That is the one exception. And I had already planned for that. Like I had already assumed that was going to happen, but then I decided yesterday that I should just go ahead and get that yarn now in 2024 so that I can avoid that at all costs in 2025. So fingers crossed. Very hard. I will try very, very hard not to buy a single skein of yarn in 2025. It is going to be very difficult. I already know, because I see lovely things and then I don't have the yarn in stash, like the right yarn that I want to use. So what I did try to do was supplement my stash. I bought a lot of undyed mohair, and I have some other undyed yarn in stash that I could potentially dye up and use for any of these like surprise patterns that come out in 2025 that I would really like to knit. Other than that, most everything is allocated. I know you only see one half. I have all this most of it's allocated to projects, which I will talk about for my plans for 2025. I mean, knitting plans and whatnot. But yeah. So, talking about stash, we'll stay with that for right now, and then we'll go back and do budget stuff and let you know how much I spent this year, which is ridiculous. I haven't totaled everything up yet, so I am kind of nervous. But this is what is driving me to not spend anything on yarn. Patterns is a different thing. I might continue to buy patterns, but that is we'll see. Okay, so stash for this year. So yesterday I took the time out of my day to count everything. Again, it'd be great if, we went up a little maybe, so we can look at it as we talk. I wish this would sit. It's not terrible, right? You can't see the top, which again, there's cones up on that side. There is a couple of kits down below as well, which I did count, but this is what I did to make it easier for myself. So I just drew my cabinets and then wrote the number where the yarn was. So up top where you can't see on this side, the cones of yarn, I have 11 up there. The next top shelf that you can barely see here, that is 20 skeins. Then we have 46 skeins or units or whatever you want to call it. And then on this shelf, okay, so 46 on this one. On this one we have 29. And there's nothing down here. This is mostly spinning fiber and stuff like that. I didn't count any of that. And then on this side, so there's nothing up top because that's decorative. I have a bunch of Funko Pops up there. This we have 46 skeins of yarn or units. Then we have 30, I think this is 32 on this side. This is all like sock yarn. And then this is like fingering weight things. This is 30, so 36 or 32 and 30. And then on this one we have 45. And then down below here we have some undyed yarn. I couldn't fit all of it, so some is here and then some is over here. So I counted, so both this and over there is 44-ish, because I can't be for certain. 44 units of undyed yarn. And then down here we have 12 units and 14 units ish. Ish. So that is a grand total of 285 units of yarn. 285 opposed to the 240 that I had last year. I mean, that kind of sounds right, but doing the math, I always miss between the years, because from 2023 to 2024 there was a huge discrepancy because I just miscounted. This is just me tracking. Every time I wind up a new skein of yarn, I will put it in my little spreadsheet, but sometimes I might forget to do that. But yeah, 285 units of yarn. Oh, that went dark. Keep that up. And then, okay, the 285 units of yarn is not including the undyed. Okay, that's not including undyed. So if I added the 44 skeins of undyed yarn, and then I went ahead and added the 20 skeins of hand spun yarn that I have up here, that equals 349 units of yarn. Yeah, I have a lot of yarn. I have quite a bit, but I think I've curated my stash to be mostly the things that I like. Definitely purchased with the intent to make things instead of what I used to do in the very beginning of my new knitting journey. When I discovered hand dye, indie dyers and stuff like that, I'd buy just one individual skein of pretty yarn. I do not do that anymore. because I do not knit socks very often anymore. I need to. I have all this. Which way? All this right here. That's stuffed with sock yarn. My sock machine broke. The other day I went to go make a pair and one of the pieces snapped right off of it. And I went ahead and ordered new pieces, but unfortunately Dean and Bean were the sock knitting machine company. They were affected by the hurricanes that happened earlier this year, and while they are still taking orders, they are unsure when they will be able to be up and printing again. I'm not entirely sure. Just hope those pieces come at some point so that I can use my machine and knock out a lot of those skeins of yarn and get those off. My goal, honestly, like, other than using your, I don't have a goal of how much yarn I will use this year. I do have plans. Like, I will show you my little vision board. Let's bring you back down. I will show you my vision board in a little while. So I don't have a set amount of yarn, but a nice goal would be to clear off one of these sides so that I can actually put all my books on these shelves, because the shelf that I have currently for my books is full. I can't fit any more books on there. Not nicely anyways. So that would be great. I mean, because I got quite a few more books coming in the mail, and I just bought one. I just bought a book. This one looks really nice. So I would love to be able to put my books on here and see. I mean, I want to buy another Billy bookcase for my books, but if I could actually just decrease my amount of yarn first, maybe that'll be a good thing. Okay, so recap. I'm going to start 2025 with 285/349 units of yarn. And my goal is to not buy any. Do not bring any into it. I mean, I'm human. Don't hold me to it, but I'm going to try to hold myself to that. So I have my tracking sheet ready for 2025. I am trying something with formulas, so all I have to do is click in how much yarn I'm using for a certain project, and then it'll automatically update to like a total thing, so that maybe the counting will be better. So we'll see. Oh. This is using Mac numbers. I should try to use like Google spreadsheets or something like that, but for right now, this is what I got. All right, I'm going to put you guys on a brief hold. You won't even know it, because I'll be right back, but I'm going to total up these numbers for what I spent in 2024. Alrighty, I totaled everything up. It is scary. All right, so I tracked almost everything to the best of my ability. Tracked everything that I spent on my knitting/crochet hobby. So I'm going to start with patterns first. I purchased, I don't even know how many patterns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 patterns this year that I have tracked, you know. Have I knit all of them? Definitely not. Don't even know why I bought this one. A few of them, don't know why I bought them. Don't know. It is that, you know, we are all impulsive in some way or the other, right? On patterns, I spent $192.69. Now, I'm not going to stop, like I said earlier, I'm not going to stop buying patterns. I'm just definitely going to be more conscious about what I'm buying. What's the word? definitely more intentional. There we go, more intentional. Because I definitely see here in February and potentially January, I bought a couple of patterns that I don't think I'll ever knit. But it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Other than that, it looks like most of the patterns that I purchased, I've either started or will get to in the next year. I mean, we're going to listen and not judge, right? I should have prefaced this part. We listen and we don't judge. It is what it is. I have a very hard time not spending money. It's in all aspects of my life, not just this, but in all aspects. And so this is where I figured I could start cutting back, you know, snowball into it. Anyway, so again, $192.69 on just patterns. Next little category I have is miscellaneous fiber stuff. So I kind of just threw this in there like last minute. I think I started in February. I don't have a lot, so I just have February, March, April, and October. Because these are things like knitting books. You can't see them there because they're on this side. Knitting books. My needle organizer. And it looks like my fiber combs that I got. And then the extra things I got from McKinney Knittery, so like a knitting bag and some other extra goodies that I got. So that's it. It's like 1, 2, 3 books, the needle organizers, the fiber combs, and then the project bag. That's about it. So out of all of that, for just these miscellaneous things, $307.95. Yeah, let me double check with my calculator just because now let's see. Yeah, no, I use it. Okay. $307.95 on books, needle organizer, and fiber combs. So the fiber combs were $101. Those are, oh, I must have them down there. No, I have them up top. Those are the 3D printed ones I got from Gemma B Makes. I really want to get her spinning wheel. That's like $300 and some dollars. Maybe in the 2025 sometime I will get her spinning wheel. It's an electric spinning wheel, but I did buy her fiber combs. They're beautiful and they work great. That was $101, and this is including like shipping. If there was shipping, I added it to it if I could remember. And then this one was $110. I don't think I put shipping on this one though, because this was quite pricey, but it is 100% worth it. Anyways, okay, moving on now to the piece de la resistance, because I can't speak French. My yarn. We already know that I brought in 180 units of yarn in 2024. So the total price of that, and this is including shipping, if there was shipping, $1,491.21. Yeah. A lot. So let's see what the most expensive month was. My most expensive month was November, followed by December. Again, prepping for 2025. What do you expect? I spent $299.28 in November, and then another $272 in December. My most expensive yarn purchase, was in November when I bought a bunch of undyed yarn, and this was on sale, like Black Friday type sale. I bought 10 skeins of mohair and then some other like really pretty yarn, like a new yarn base that they got. I wanted to try it out for a sweater in the coming year. But that was $170. So that was the most I had spent in one specific order. Usually I'm spending, it looks like 110, yeah, or less. So typically it's usually around the $40, $50 mark. But yeah, when you do that a couple times a month, it really adds up. But again, it is what it is. This is who I am, and I'm trying to fix it. So I totaled it all up. Out of everything that I bought on this tracking sheet that I have, I spent $1,991.85. I think 85 cents. Yes. Can you believe that? I can believe it, honestly. Let's not tell my husband how much money that I spent this year on and that's not even including like these white billies are new this year. We're not counting those. I did not put that on there. What else did I buy? Honestly, I think that's the only thing I can think of that I didn't add that is part of my fiber stuff because it's holding it all. Those are like what, $60, $70 a piece, but then I bought the doors as well. You know, don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. So that is my grand total that I spent in 2024. We're gonna fix that for 2025. Let's see if we can stay under 500. I wonder if I can do that. I mean, I have a little vision board. It doesn't even encompass everything that I want to make in 2025, but it is a good sounding board. You know what I should do? I should go through this first and show you. So here was my 2024 plans. First, it was just winter plans, and then I was like, nope, we're going to make it the whole year. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. At first, it was just 11, and then I went ahead and added 12, 13, 14, 15. So 4 more. Dang it. Went ahead and added 4 more. Probably either end of January or mid-February, maybe. I don't know. Could have been March when I added those. But out of these 15, I started or finished, 9 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I got 6 left on there. So 9. That's more than half. That's more than half that I either started or, started and finished. Which I'm pretty proud of myself there. Let's see, I still have 1, 2, let's see, 3. Yeah, the remaining ones that are on here are actually being transferred over to my 2025. So at least I still want to make those. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Being able to, I did finish 32 things, but a lot of those things, that's what happens is I can have this goal or have, like, I'm going to show you my plans for next year, but there's always something shiny and new. So the picture on my computer screen is way better, but I can't really, you know what I should do? I should just, I'll just probably pop the image up on the screen. So I'll come sit on this side so I can pop this image on the screen. So I'm just going to look at this, I guess, while you guys look at this. So I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You see 12, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, there are 12 things on there. But I'm only counting 11 because the 2 at the bottom, the 2 like neck pieces, those are roughly the same. and I only have yarn to make one of those, so I just have to make the decision which one. So I guess we can start there. So those two patterns, you're not going to see where I'm pointing, and I'm not going to be able to tell where I'm pointing. So the brownish one, that is the Autumn Tales polo, or not the pullover, Autumn Tales shawl by Ozetta. I actually had that on my 2024 plans and just never got around to it. And then the one next to it, that is actually the, I think it's pronounced Backer, and that's by Fiber Tales. And those two use the exact same type of yarn. They have almost the exact designs, like the shape of the shawl is the same. They both have like those braids going up along the edge. The only difference is with Larka's from Fiber Tales. Hers has a, I think like a center spine type braid going up the middle of it. I think that's the only difference. So I just have to make a choice which one I want to make. I do have yarn in stash for it. 2 plates of Plout-to-Lopi, which I believe both patterns do call for that yarn. Mine are in white. I do think what I'll do is if I don't love it in white, I will over dye it when it is finished, since Plout-to-Lopi is so fragile. I don't want to try to dye it in its current state. So we'll see. I'm thinking of a pale brown, maybe something brownish. But I had already had the white. The only reason why I didn't buy brown in the first place is because I had 1 plate of the white in the stash already from a couple of years ago, and you only need 2 plates to make these shawls. So I just supplemented 1 more plate and then just was like, I can dye it if need be. So that is that. It's either it's going to be the Autumn Tales shawl or it'll be the Backer shawl. One or the other. At the bottom as well, what you see next to it, that is the Sans sweater by Eggio Knits. This was a last minute, I don't even own this pattern yet, so this one will be a purchase soon, either this month or early next month. The Sans sweater, I saw somebody on Instagram making this as their Christmas sweater. They were using like a deep red, a dark green, and then like a beige color. So I purchased the yarn. I don't have it yet. It will be here hopefully soon, but I purchased this yarn to make that for next year's Christmas sweater. So I didn't make a sweater this year for Christmas. I just did not have it in me. No real motivation or inspiration. So I did not make a holiday sweater this year. So I already have one planned for next year. And then directly above that is that gray sweater that you see there. That is the Time for Flowers. I need to pull up my library and get that pattern up. Date added. Let's see here. Broomstead. It's in its native language, or it's called Time for Flowers in English. It's by Amanda Alberg. This sweater, I came across this sweater when I was looking for ideas to use I have a sweater's quantity of Plout-to-Lopi, more Plout-to-Lopi, that I had planned to use for the Guernsey Genzer by Sanascarn. But unfortunately, I could not hit gauge with that yarn. And so I was looking up different patterns using that yarn with how much I have. And I found this one, Time for Flowers. And what I really, really loved about it, it's a very plain sweater, which is really nice. But there's a bunch of embroidered flowers on the yoke and over the shoulder area. I might have to include this. I might have to put a picture in. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. So this is what it's going to be in a deep green that is what I am going to do. Deep green sweater. It's so pretty. And then I just have a picture of Stash, the book Knits to Wear by Sewlivi, because the sweater right next to that book cover, the green sweater, that is one of the sweaters from the book. Oh, I don't even know what it's called. Okay, so this is the book. I test knit this cardigan from this book. It's right here. So my name is in this book, which is amazing. But I'll be honest, that green sweater on the thingy, which I should move back over, I initially applied to test for that. I even bought the yarn for that sweater, but I did not get that test knit. I got this one instead, which is okay. Let's see here if I can find it. So yeah, I mean, obviously I pre-ordered this book as soon as it was available. As a test knitter, I did get a discount, which was very, very nice. And I do like Sewlivi, Veronica Lindbergh's patterns. I've knit a few. Yeah, I test knit a different sweater by hers as well. Her, oh my gosh, the basic sweater or something like that, I think it was called. Sorry, I'm trying to find, I need to just mark it with a bookmark or something. There's quite a few sweaters in here that I do not mind at all, that I will probably knit at some point or other. Okay, here it is. Let's see. Take Me Out. It's called the Take Me Out sweater. So yeah, I already have the yarn and stash for this, so I plan to make this in 2025. What else can I say about it? Oh, I guess I could say, so the yarn that I have, you can barely see it up here. So this is Drops Brushed Alpaca, because I wanted to try it, and this is in this beautiful pistachio color. And then I actually have some Holskarn on a cone. It's the Willow colorway, but it's very similar to the pistachio, and I really like to use that. So I'll hold those two double to make this sweater. And then right above that sweater is the pink and gray colorwork sweater. That is the, oh goodness, I had it on my list for last year too. The Ilia by Caitlin Hunter. It was on my list to make for 2024, just did not get around to it. I also have yarn, it's on that side. I also have yarn in stash for that. So it's just a matter of casting on and getting going. The colorway that I chose, I actually saw someone else on one of the Ravelry project pages. Because the color or the picture that you see in my little vision board, that is actually somebody's chosen colorway. That's not the original colorway. And I really, really liked it. So I just took inspiration from them. And hopefully I can get that cast on at some point this year. Next to that is that nice cream all over cabled. That is the, what is that called? Oh no. I know it's by Aggio. Euros. It's the Euro sweater by Aggio Knits. I've been wanting to, Eurus sweater, sorry. I actually have that pattern and the slipover version. I've been wanting to make that for a really long time. It's just I did not know what yarn I wanted to use. And I think, so I have 3 different colorways of Lion Brand's Fisherman Wool because I really love that yarn. So I think I'm going to do it actually in the, I think I'm going to do it in the white colorway, like the natural white colorway. So I think I'm going to do that. That you start here and you knit this way. So that'll be interesting. I don't think I've done that. I don't think I've done that yet. So that'll be a new construction for me. But yes, I've been wanting to knit this sweater for a couple of years now. I didn't even have it in my 2024 plans, but I have wanted to knit it. And then if you skip over all the way to the farthest side, above that gray sweater is a cardigan. That is the, oh, I just sent that link to somebody so that they could see. What is it called? The Vega. It's the Vega cardigan. And that is by, somebody I cannot pronounce. I can't pronounce her name. Vega pattern. Katza Fredrickson. I think that's how that's pronounced. Okay, anyway, sorry. I don't know how I came across this pattern, but I did knit a different pattern from this designer before. She's actually got a pair of slippers in the 52 Weeks of Socks book, volume 1 and maybe volume 2. Absolutely love those slippers. I unfortunately put a hole through them and trying to patch them didn't work out. I do plan to make another pair though. But maybe I was on her Ravelry page just seeing what else she has, and this cardigan was absolutely gorgeous. It has a color work motif just on the shoulders. And so I purchased the exact yarn that she used. I think my gray might be a little bit different, but it is the Olafla Slopey. And I got black and a gray. So I will need to knit that. It is a cropped cardigan, so I hope I'm not too I'm a little nervous about it being cropped. It is, it's the Vega jacket. It's a comfy cropped raglan cardigan jacket with color work motifs at the shoulder. It is knit flat, no steeking. Arms are knit in the round. So I'm assuming I'm going to be doing color work flat actually, but anyways, this one was on my 2024 plans as well. Let's see. Yes, it was. I just didn't get around to it. All right, and then above that is the Artisan cardigan by Sanisgarn. All right, let me see which one it's in. I always forget. Okay, not this one. It is this one. Okay, so it's in this Sanisgarn booklet. It's number 2308 with this lovely pink outfit on the cover. Oh, good. I can talk about that one too afterwards since it's right here in the same book. So it's the Artisan. Oh, it's pretty. It's in green. The Artisan cardigan. So it's really lovely. You got like cables on one side, chevrons on the other, and then on the back it looks just like moss stitch, I think. I think the lady from Birch and Lily was making this. I can't remember if it's bottom up or in panels. I'm sure I could just look over this, but that's for another time. But that is a plan, and I'm going to use some more of the Lion Brand's Fisherman's Wool. I have a tweedy version, so I think it's like a beige with a tweed. So maybe I will be using that to do that. That one I can see possibly needing more yarn. So when I purchased that yarn, I assumed it was the same amount of yarn as the other Fisherman's Wool skeins, but it's not. It's actually smaller. It's a smaller amount than the solid colors, so that is a little unfortunate, but hopefully it's enough. We'll see. Oh, excuse me. Okay, moving over. I keep moving into the middle. Hopefully it's all working. Moving over from that, so the second at the top, that is the Harijibo. I can't pronounce that very well. That is the Harijibo cardigan by Eggio Knits. As you can see, I want to do quite a few Eggios this year. That is a beautiful cardigan. And see, now I can't remember. I have some brown fisherman's wool, and I was thinking about knitting it in that. I couldn't remember if I was going to, which one I was going to do white, which one I was going to do brown. Either way, it's going to be in fisherman's wool. At least that is the plan. I just don't know which colorway, so we'll see. Beautiful, lovely cardigan. I can't wait. And then next to that is the Rivendell pullover by Sari Nordland. I don't think I've ever knit anything by Sari Nordland, so this one and the next one would be the first. I do have it on my 2024 plans, but never got to it. It's the Rivendell pullover. I think I have, yes, I have a deep dark green Ba Ramu. That's what I thought, but it didn't feel familiar, right. Ba Ramu in the Wood Note DK. I bought this from Knit Picks for that sweater, that pullover. So this is what that is going to be. And then next to that is another Sari Nordland pattern. It's the Colette pullover. Again, I had that for 2024, just didn't get to it. And I have two options, maybe three. I have some woolly mammoth yarn. I'm just scared that I don't have enough yardage, and it's being hand dyed. I wouldn't be able to get the same colorway, I don't think. And then I have 4 skeins of a purple color. So one's like a taupey mauve, and then the other one's like more of a purple. So one of those two. Either way, I have yarn. Okay, so that is all that is on this vision board. I definitely have more that I want to do. Let's see here. So the only one that I didn't put on there is the Guernsey Ganser. I still want to knit that, and I bought some Wool Dreamers Manchelope in this deep dark blue. I've heard some difficult things about the pattern. It's a Sannisgarn pattern. It's in this one. It's the 2202 book. Let's see here. Where is it? What the heck? Guernsey Ganser. It is this one, but I've heard that it's a little difficult because these books aren't, they are lacking. And that's okay because it's meant to be condensed. So I've knit from this book before and I managed just fine. It's just I've heard some difficult things about that one, so I'm a little bit worried. But that one is still a contender for this year, the Guernsey Ganser. And then when I was looking in this book at the Artisan, I saw this one. It's the gingham sweater. It's the same book as the Artisan. It's a really pretty one. And it uses Pure Gint. And I was thinking, because I do have one skein of fisherman's wool in the oatmeal color, like left over. It's a pretty full skein that I have left over from my storm sweater. So if I have left over from the other ones as well, I think they would be great because I have like a white, then the oatmeal color, which is like a light beige, and then I have a darker brown. I don't know exactly how many colors you need for this. 1, 2, 3. If I had enough, I could potentially make this, or, again, supplement. But I need to maybe not do that until after the end of 2024. We will see. I would like a gingham sweater though. I thought about the Great Gingham Pullover by Jessie May, but that's bottom up and cropped, and I don't like the neckline. When I looked at a lot of people's project pages, this was pretty, it almost had no neck shaping, so I don't think I want to do that one. Anyways, I think that is everything. I feel like I blazed through that, and I feel like it wasn't organized, but I do hope that you enjoyed seeing what my plans are for 2025, seeing what my budget was for this past year, that kind of stuff. I am trying to get this finished. This is almost finished. My goal is to have it finished tomorrow for New Year's Eve, because that's when I started it, New Year's Eve 2023. Other than that, I haven't started anything new really. I've just been focusing on getting this finished, and then just working on things I already have on the needles. So even going into the new year, I don't even know what I would want to start as my new start, if I even want to, because I just don't have the urge to start anything new. So, but if I left it up to you guys, what would be, out of, I mean, not that you're gonna remember, but out of everything I just showed you on my little vision board, which one should I start first? Let me know. I do hope that you had a wonderful holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or nothing and just enjoyed the break. If you got one, it's been very lovely. This is our last week off. It's been going well. I saw Wicked, which I was very excited about. I've had plenty of dental appointments, which I have 2 more coming up this week, actually tomorrow and Thursday. And I started my tattoo. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to show you, and there is some adhesive still stuck to it, but we started. Oh, I can't show you. There, can you see it? Awkward. We started it. That took like 3.5 hours, so I had to schedule a second appointment to get the other leg done, and it was a lot more painful than I was expecting. So now I know, and I can go into it, you know, with a better expectation, to be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. Bye.